Well, hello everyone. How are you doing this afternoon? Do stay with us for the next hour. We're staying with stamps, but not just stamps. A little bird tells me we've got some shrink plastic. Ooh, that little bird is you, Sarah.
It is, yes. Lots of shrink plastic. Every colour that we have, I'll be using today, hopefully.
I cannot wait. It never gets old, does it? If you've never seen shrink plastic before, oh, do not move a muscle. You are going to love it. We've got stamps, of course, though, because I presume, anyway, Sarah's going to be stamping what she's going to be shrinking. And we've got the doodle blooms here. These are gorgeous, and these are a great size, Sarah.
Well, this is the super-sized version. So you'll find there's two other sizes on the website already.
Okay.
But these ones are the super-sized, so that they all work together. Obviously, Vicky designed them all. But these ones shrink down to a really good usable size.
Wonderful. Now you can see both of them here together. You can see they're already cushioned for you as well. Already got the cling on there. But what can you do with them? Well, you can do an awful lot, can't you, Sarah? Because we can see in their full glory there.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So lots of masking on this one. Lots of Eclipse masking tape.
Yeah.
So we've also used some of the smaller sizes on there and the leaves that come with the smaller sizes as well.
Now, is that shrink plastic?
That is shrink plastic. That is the clear shrink. Also the butterfly, shrink plastic.
We've got the butterfly coming up as well. Let me just turn this to the side so you can see there is some shape into those flowers and the butterfly as well, which of course you can achieve with the shrink plastic. More samples for you. These are beautiful. These are your go-to stamps. I think you're going to find many uses for these, Sarah, aren't you?
They're great for backgrounds or for focal points, like that one's on vellum, coloured behind with the brushables. It's gold leaf, sticky stuff and gold leaf. They're just so versatile.
They certainly are. Talking about the pens that have been used, watch out for those coming up as well, because we've got a great bundle for you ahead. This is a nice one. Look at that. Oh, what beautiful colours.
The design team are amazing, and this is Irene. She uses lots of alcohol pens, alcohol markers, so she gets all that great shading and loves the big cards. That
is gorgeous.
It's got to be at least 8 inches, that card, doesn't it?
I love that one as well. Do you know what? There's a lot of samples, but I've only got one more, so I can't leave it out. And of course, it's got shrink plastic on it as well. There we are, beautiful. Only £12.99. Brand new today for the stamps. 234947 is the item number. Now, we did have a little sneaky peek at the butterfly there as well, and we do have this gorgeous butterfly for you as well. So we've got lots of samples again here. Now, love this. This is designed by Judikins.
It is, yeah, our American friends, and we've been working with them for over 25 years, I think. And we make them under licence. So this is the only place you can get them on static cling cushion, not mounted on wood.
Amazing. Beautiful. Again, oh, I've got to pick this one up first because we can see one of the samples at the front there. You know, again, onto acetate, stamping there in full size is beautiful, but you can shrink these
shrink
down.
Plastic, yes. Yeah,
and it's been used in the background there as well, hasn't it, the butterfly?
That's it. So you're using it multiple times. And this is just one of our favourite classic style butterflies. It's a real, you know, old swallowtail. It's called Old World Swallowtail.
Oh, do you know, they would look lovely on some nylon thread just hanging in a window, wouldn't they?
Yes,
Those,
that's it on the acetate,
ones.
and if you painted them with the glass paints or the alcohol pens.
Yeah, your charms, your embellishments, your jewellery. I love that, where the butterfly's just disappearing off the edge there as well. What a beautiful stamp this is. I mean, you can go with just a little bit of colour, lots of colour, your embossing powders, your shrink, your acetate, everything goes and everything works beautifully as well. We've got so many samples again. I'm sure we'll see some more a little bit later on. Only £12.99 again for this one. 882893 is the item number if you want to go for that particular stamp. Right, okay, this one puts a smile on my face straight away. Oh, this is so cute. If you're making your projects for Easter, do you know, I think this goes beyond Easter as well. We've got the little chicks in there. We've got the bunny that's, well, it's almost an egg in himself, isn't it? We've got the chick in the egg there as well. How cute are these?
These are designed by our American designer, Sherry West. And they're just so adorable, aren't they? And spring. It's just a spring thing, isn't it? Like, so baby cards. They would be great as well, not just for Easter and chocolate.
Definitely. Oh, I just think they're so cute. They really, I've got some gorgeous samples again to show you here. Another great price because you're getting 3 stamps here for £9.99. That makes it just £3.33.
Oh, really? Oh, I should put the price up, should I?
I think that is an absolute bargain. And these again on cling.
Yes. Yeah, they're all on static cling cushion.
Look at that. How sweet is that? Look at the face on this one. Oh, do you know, you don't need to, because I think they're perfect as they are, but I can imagine the wobbly eyes as well. Look at this one as well. This is gorgeous. Oh, I've got to show all of these. I can't miss any out. Look, £9.99. That's all it is for all three of these wonderful characters. 346508 is the item number. And it wouldn't be Easter without some eggs, would it? Again, if you want to use these for other purposes, you certainly could do. But you know what? This is a great set to have. And I love the decorative elements in these as well,
Yeah,
Sarah.
with something to colour. So whether you're stamping and embossing them, you know, so you can add touches of colour or glitter, bit of glamour, or with the solid one, so we can stamp it in the different coloured inks.
Beautiful again. Only £9.99 for all three again. 686772 is the item number. Do you know, especially the one, well, I was going to say especially the one in the middle, but this one also as well, that doesn't have to be an egg. That could just be an oval with a nice pretty background.
Yes, and depending on the colours, it has a kind of a different feel to it.
Yep, works both ways up as well. Now we've got a whole tower of eggs there. Ooh. I think they should have chocolate in them. That looks like a very nice pile of eggs there that somebody's going to receive at Easter. £9.99 for this one. 686772 is the item number. Now, I did mention the brushables, and we've got those next for you. I did say we've got a great bundle for you. Sarah, tell us about these. These are superb quality as well.
Yeah, we love these pens, and we've been using them for, well, I think as long as they've been around, really, but they work on the shrink plastic. That's the big thing for us. They don't dry until you've shrunk them, but any water-based pens will just rub off. These are pigment but water-based, so they work on the shrink, as well as you can watercolour with them, you can just colour straight onto your card with them as well.
And we can see a great brand against these as well. Will we be seeing these in demonstration then?
Yes, you will.
Can't wait. Some beautiful colours in here. Look at this. 24 individual pens in there. We've got a flexi on it for you as well. 2 payments of £44.94.
And each pen's got 2 colours, 2 shades of the same colour.
That's it?
Yes.
2 shades in one? Really?
Yes.
Oh, even better. So really we could say there's
48 colours, yep.
That's even better. 243429. If you are going for those, you can split the cost of anything else that goes into your basket as well, because of course we've got the flexi on that one. Now we've got some inks for you. Now these are your stazon, but these are different. Now we've got a whole bundle here, Sarah. This is a great bundle. You've got 4 of these. These are your stazon pigments. So do you want to explain to everybody who maybe is used to hearing stazon from days gone by? This has kind of moved on a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, this is an improvement on the original. We still use the originals. We still have all of the originals. But these are, because they're pigment, they stay wet longer, so they're easier to work with. They still do all the same thing as the originals, but the colours are also brighter. You found the ring.
I found the ring. I almost put it on my other hand, then I thought, oops, I'll start rumours if I do that, so I quickly swapped it.
But I'll be showing you with the stazon as well. I'll be using that on the shrink. So you can, and if anyone saw my show last Tuesday, with the funky fish, I was using the stazon on the acetate as well.
Oh, wow. These are fabulous, aren't they? They really are. And what a great price for the bundle, because you're getting all 4 of the colours. You've got the grape, you've got candy, koala grey, you've got the orange peel and pink cosmos. Grape candy must be one word then, because I read that as 2, I think. Grape candy is 1, koala grey, orange peel, pink cosmos as well. Aren't these sweet? Absolutely beautiful. I've got so many more samples here, but just don't have time to pick them all up currently. I'm going to keep the ring just for now, though.
Okay.
I will give it back. I will give it back. 461686 if you're going for the inks. Now, the shrink plastic itself, this is important. We do have different bundles available. Now, first of all, we've got the metallic for you. Now, I have got a couple of sheets at the back, and also I've got some samples where this has been used. So with the metallic, we've got the gold and we've got the silver. And you can see you're getting 4 of the gold and 4 of the silver as well. So, of course, you've already got colour there, haven't you? But that doesn't mean that you can't add on top of that. I love this first sample. I've just spotted it. Oh, look at the little fish in this. Oh, look, little goldfish. There's a seahorse in there as well, and they move. Oh, what a clever idea. So you can make your own shakers.
Yes, yeah, we do lots of shaker cards with the shrink.
Amazing. Great price as well, because you get an A4 sheet. You can actually get an awful lot out of one sheet, can't you?
You can, yes, yeah, depending how big they are, but yeah.
But even with the butterfly, which is quite a large stamp, you know, you're still going to get a lot out of there, and use it wisely. You know, try and you know, move the stamps around, work with them in different directions.
All the offcuts where we've been cutting
That's
things
clever.
out, the bits that are left, or you can just tear it up. Then you shrink it, and while it's still hot, you stamp into it.
Oh,
Intaglio. So I'm going to show you that as well.
Can't wait, can't wait. More shakers for you as well there. Do you know, look at this as well, the little houses. You've got to imagine these have been shrunk down, so obviously the stamps originally were larger, but that is so cute. 777431 if you want to go for the metallic shrink. So remember, 8 sheets in total because you've got the 4 silver, 4 gold. Now we do have more for you. Now we have a bundle that contains frosted, clear, and also the white. Now we've got a selection of each of these here. We're going to bring the details up first of all. This is for your mixed pack. So you're getting 2 of the white, you're getting 2 of the clear and 4 of the sanded. Now there is a reason why we say sanded. I'll wait until Sarah explains about this for you. But you know, I'm just going to show 1 or 2 different samples again using the different ones. So the first samples will be using the clear. So you can see, now that's nice, isn't it? I don't know why I'm tipping that. I'll tell you why I'm tipping it, because I've got a penny slider. I was tipping before I even held the... That is such a lovely effect. Love it, love it. So we're looking at the clear. Also in the mixed pack, you do get the sanded as well. So this has been done on the sanded. There is a reason, as I say, for this, but I'm going to let Sarah explain about this. Oh, she's pretty, isn't she?
All the samples here, all of these stamps are on the website.
Are they?
They are.
Oh, these are beautiful. And then, of course, we've got the white as well. So, of course, with the white, again, you've already got that base colour there for you. Oh, look at the little kitty cats. Oh, how tiny are these? Look.
The whole litter.
Oh, these are fabulous. So for that pack there, £10.99 for your mix, 100932. That's the item you need for that one. And at the bottom of the screen, we have another option for you as well. Now, we do have an option where you can go for just white, just sanded, or the just clear. Details at the bottom of the screen. You've got the choices under the item number, and you're getting 8. So whatever item, you go for the item number, then you come for the option or the options that you want. So if you want all 3, but in multiples, 8 sheets in a pack there, £10.99 per pack. There we go. Now we've got more stamps for you as well. Let's have a look, because we are going to be making our way to Sarah shortly, but we do have some more stamps to show you. In fact, we've got some clear stamps. We've got the wavy words, 16 stamps in total. I can see there's something for all occasions here as well. Lovely that you've got the banner there, so the words can go into the banner, or you can use the banner individually if you so wish. £14.99 for this one, 865518. Then we have the vintage rose. Ah, now, is that the rose I saw on some of the shrink samples?
Yes.
We did see some samples using this. It's a beautiful rose as well. £12.49 for this one. You are getting 2. 563606. Then we're going back to butterflies, but different butterflies this time. Oh,
that was on the penny roller. No, was it that? No, it wasn't that one. Oh, there's another butterfly as well. We do like butterflies.
They are very different in style, but very,
yes,
very beautiful. £13.49, you're getting both of these. 549848. And then, of course, if you're shrinking, you need a heat tool, and we've got the Ranger heat tool for you. 705330 £29.99. Is this the heat tool of your choice, Sarah?
It is, definitely, because it's not as fierce as some of them. I mean, if you have one that's got multiple settings, always use the lowest setting. Or if it's your first time and you're a little bit nervous, use the oven.
Okay.
The instructions are with the shrink.
Yeah.
It only takes 3 or 4 minutes in the oven, not at the same time as food.
No.
But, and I think it's only like 125 degrees, so it's a low setting for a couple of minutes. And you can sit and watch through the glass door and see them shrink. It's fun. That's how we started.
Love it, love it. But if you want to go for your heat tool, it is there for you, 705330. Right, now the fun starts. Sarah, where are we starting?
Okay, so I'm going to squeeze a lot in today.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with the eggs and the white shrink before I move on to the metallic.
Lovely.
With the eggs as well, so I can show you all the different ways that you can use them. So this is my white shrink. In my platform, now I have 4 magnets, because stamping on shrink is the ink sticks, so it could lift up. So I like to use 4 big magnets. Now I am using This is peacock feathers.
Oh, nice.
Now this is a lovely colour. So we're going to go down firm with that one. Ooh. Okay, yes, that worked. Now, while the ink is still wet on the stamp, I can get most of it off just with a damp cloth.
Okay.
She says. It still looks blue, but...
Would you recommend using a stamping platform rather than a block as well?
Well, it depends on the size of the image.
Okay.
I mean, small images, it's not necessary, but especially when we get to the butterfly, definitely just in case you need to go back and add a little bit more.
Okay.
So I'm going to take out the white and we're going to let that dry for a second, and I'm going to pop in the gold. So again, with all my magnets, make sure it stays there, and the grey stays on, the koala grey. So I'm using
all
the
of these
same.
are together in the bundle, aren't they?
They're all on the show. I don't know if they're all in the same. I can't remember what's that one's got grey in it.
It's got the koala. The peacock might be a different bundle, actually. Yeah, well, we'll have another look at it, but we'll bring the details up as well.
Yeah. But the
koala grey is the one
we
on the
love the
counter.
grey because it's not as harsh as black.
Yeah.
Sometimes black is too strong.
Okay.
Because you've got to remember when your shrinks, the colours intensify.
Oh, look at that. Do you know, I didn't
So it looks
expect
like
it to show
silver,
up that well.
doesn't it? Yeah.
That really is very, very clear, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can see it looks kind of like silver on the gold, but a silver ink pad is
I didn't
unlikely to come out
expect
that well. So I'm going to put that aside to dry as well.
Okay.
And we'll just clean up that one. So on the silver shrink, I'm going to use the solid egg, and we are going to go with, let's see what we got, pink Cosmos. Another very vibrant, like the peacock. I just like them together. So,
Beautiful colours.
a good. See, with the original stazon, they're a lot drier. So you would probably need to do this multiple times.
Okay. Yeah.
Whereas this stays wetter just a few extra seconds, which
Am I
makes
right
a
in
difference.
thinking that for quite some time we only could get stazon in black ink when they first came out? Or has there always been colours?
There's always been colours. They weren't always easy to get, and they're quite dark colours. So you can see the colour on the silver.
Wow, look at that.
And to be honest, that's all I need to do to that one.
Do you know those little swirls really show up as well?
Yes. Yeah, so that is...
Shows the quality of the stamps and the quality of the ink.
Yes, that's it. So you need both to get a good... Right, so we're going to move that again to dry. Now, I have here one I cut out already.
So did you just cut that with scissors then?
Yes, yeah, just regular scissors.
Okay.
Personally, I like to leave a little border. It's just a personal preference. I mean, if you want to go to the line, you can. I just like the contrast with the
I
outer.
agree with you, actually.
Okay.
Oh, we're using
so,
the pens.
Yes,
the
I'm
brushables.
using, so not the yellow, I'm going to use the pink and the orange. Now, I'm going to go straight on. Oh, I think actually, no, I want the darker one. So you can, yeah, this one's a bit
Nice,
darker.
look at that. So you've got one pen there with two different shades on it. You just
That's
use
right,
both
yeah,
ends.
so you can see the other end was paler. If I put it on there, can you see it?
Now, normally, Sarah,
You can see the
when you
difference.
shrink something, you find the colour intensifies. Will it be the same with these
Yes,
as well?
definitely. Yeah, we actually found out only a couple of years ago how shrink plastic is made. And they take the plastic and they stretch it.
Oh, so you're
buy
more or
it-
less just sending it back to its original form,
Exactly,
are
that's
you?
exactly what you're doing. You're sending
how
it back to its
amazing.
original size. So that's why it gets thicker and the colours get more intense because they get closer together. All the tiny little particles of ink
Yeah.
get closer.
Oh, that's
so there's no light in between them. I guess that's very scientific, wasn't it?
But it's
That's so unlike
fascinating
me.
to know the process and how we ended up with a product like this.
Yes. Yeah. There we were just chatting with the manufacturer, and then they explained it, and because we were looking at getting designs printed on shrink, and they explained how it worked. Oh, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Oh,
but
I
it also
see.
explains how if you buy shrink from different companies, it might shrink at a slightly different rate.
Yeah, it depends
And
how
different
much it's
colours,
been stretched.
yeah, different colours
Ah.
behave slightly differently as well. So it's just...
Add your colour in there as well, Sarah. I did say we'd wait for you to explain about, obviously we've got the clear, we've got the white, we've got the sanded all in one pack, or you can go for them
Yes.
individually. Why the sanded one?
Okay, so the sanded one is smooth. It's a clear shrink. One side is the clear side and the other side is sanded. I could take a piece of clear shrink and I could sand it, and then it would be sanded shrink.
Okay.
And I just use these nail bars.
Okay, yeah.
But you would have to sand in, you would want to do it in like 3 or 4 different directions so you don't get lines in it.
Right.
And that's what we used to do.
Yeah. Oh, so it's
I'm showing
just...
my age here. Before we could get sanded shrink, we had to sand the shrink ourselves. So what we do is we stamp on the clear side. The sanded side is where the colour adheres. So you could use like polychromos pencils.
Oh, I see.
Because
so you'd be able to use different sort of mediums for colouring
exactly,
as well.
yeah, because otherwise pencils, it's not, you can't really colour on a smooth plastic surface. But they would adhere to that side, and the same with pastel chalk pencils, and there's lots of different things
so
like that. Yeah. So they kind of stick to it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So
Yeah.
maybe if you've already got things to colour with, that will help you choose which one you're going for, which option or options you're going for. I think this is why it's nice to have the mixed one, because I'm sure most
you're
people will have so many
experimenting.
different things you have to try.
And I'd say the other thing with the sanded, it makes it kind of slightly frosty and milky.
Yeah.
So it will soften your colours as opposed to the clear, where you get
I
much
see.
stronger colours. So you get a slightly different look. Okay, so with the gold one, I've got some glitter paint in the
Okay,
in
so
the
that's
lid
just a
of my
water-based
pot.
glitter
Yeah.
paint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a... Because you can paint on shrink with acrylics as well. You can, you know, handprints and things you could do with acrylic paints. Now this, because it's a glitter paint, it has a bit of texture to it. So when it shrinks, it becomes a lot more texture. So I'm
So
just...
it doesn't flake away then or crack, it just
No.
shrinks with it.
Yeah, it does. It's...
That's amazing.
What I would recommend is, see, obviously I cut these eggs out and there was all the offcuts left over. With those offcuts, experiment with your pens and with your paints and things. Just paint them onto the scraps and then shrink them and see what
you
happens.
could stick them in a little notebook and write notes against them so you know what you've
Yeah.
done. So if you ever want to sort of refer back and you've forgotten,
Yeah,
then
well,
you've got a
also,
reference guide.
if you want to, you know, check your colours to make sure it's not too dark or too strong and
That's
it's
a great
going to
idea.
work with what you're doing.
That does look quite Christmassy now. It could be a Christmas bauble.
Yes, yeah, it could. If you want to put holes in it to make it into a Christmas bauble or into jewellery, you have to punch it now
Yeah.
before you shrink it. And go with a hole bigger than you want, because the hole's going to get smaller.
Of course. So would you say sort of a ticket punch size would be about right?
Yes, yeah, that would be a good size. What was it? An eighth? An eighth of an, and a 16th of an inch is too small. I'm trying to think. An eighth would be the absolute smallest, I think.
Yeah, maybe you've got a crocodile, or maybe if you were careful, I suppose you could do it with a double hole punch and just feed it in one side, depending on maybe the shape and the size that you're working with.
Or a screw punch, or yeah. There's so many different. But you can also die cut shrink plastic in your machine.
So you could do very intricate shapes then.
Well, I wouldn't go too intricate, because obviously it's plastic and it's quite thick. But you could, you can certainly experiment with your different dyes. But yeah, we've done some
pretty flowers though,
quite fancy ones. But then you really want to anti-static before you shrink, so it doesn't
Oh, I see.
get stuck.
Most of all though, you're going to have a lot of fun
Yeah,
playing, aren't you? Trying different
Definitely.
things and playing.
Okay, so I'm going to stop there because you don't need to see me painting anymore, do you?
No, we want to see shrink. That's what we want to see. We want to see the heat gun come out.
Okay, let me move my water out the way. I don't want to make a mess. Okay, so I have 3 here to shrink. Now, I'm going to be brave and I'm not going to use my anti-static bag on this one.
Okay.
Because they're small and hopefully they won't stick. So don't do this.
So no wafting.
No wafting or waggling, just gently. I mean, it's quite small, so you don't really have to move, but I just kind of gentle circles to evenly spread the heat.
And you've got a heat-resistant mat there as well, and I presume
Definitely
that's
need one of those.
Not to do it directly onto your table. Or
Never do it direct on, no, because you will scorch the table.
Goes. Oh.
Now, if it starts going too quickly and you panic, just lift the heat gun up slightly, and it will slow down.
Okay. Now, if you've never seen this before, you will be amazed at this, and it'll look for a time as though it's going to go horribly wrong.
And sometimes it does.
It messes with your head a little bit.
Sometimes it does go horribly wrong. But it's just a
why
piece
you
of
like
plastic.
that heat gun though, Sarah. The amount of times we've seen this in the past and you're literally chasing everything around.
Yeah.
And it's so quiet.
Yeah, and I am doing this one quite slowly from a distance so that you can see the transformation. Now you'll notice it has kind of a large dimple in the middle. So what I'm going to do in a minute is I'm going to flip it over. But let's just see. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to flip it over.
You can see how much thicker that is.
Because you can see that bit there. So I'm going to flip it.
Oh, look.
See, now it's flat.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to turn it back over so you can see. Now, it's hot. Now, if it was still curved, I would take an acrylic block and just gently place it on top. Don't squish it, just gently place it.
Okay.
So it's flat.
Look at that, and no detail has been lost whatsoever.
No, and you can see the colours have got stronger and it's got thicker.
Yeah, you can see the thickness there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a lovely, lovely little egg we've got there. Now, that could be used for all sorts. We've got the metallic one to go for as well. We're doing that one next?
Yeah, I'm going to do
so this was the gold.
The gold,
metallic.
yeah, this is the gold with the sparkle paint on it.
Oh, what great projects for the family to all get involved in together. Obviously, if you've got small children, then you do the heating, but can you imagine the squeals of delight when they see this for the first time?
That's a good way, yeah. If you're doing it with small children, just put them in the oven, sit them down in front of the oven to watch. So
yeah, put the shrink in the oven.
Yeah,
Make
not
sure
the children. You can see all the sparkle.
That really does.
Yeah, but again, we've got a dimple, so I'm going to turn it over.
Just watch how quickly this flattens, though. There it is, perfect.
Yeah, so as I say, when it stops moving, you know it's done. So that one is done.
Oh, again, no detail lost whatsoever. I'm amazed, actually, not just with the glitter paint, because I did expect that would have just come off or you'd lose the effect of it, but the ink, the stazon ink.
Yeah, the ink, but also the glitter's all kind of a raised texture now as well. So I'm going to move the gold one out the way, and I'm working on the silver one.
Can you overheat? If you kept it on there,
Nothing happens.
Just stops shrinking, it just gets to a point
once it stops shrinking, once it's gone back to its original form, that's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Oh, look at this. Oh, I like the purple and the silver.
It's like molten silver, isn't it?
Here it goes.
We'll wait for it to unfurl.
Oh.
Here it comes. A little Easter egg.
It's almost as though we've slowed that down, but that's actually real time. Look at it. That shows again the effect of that heat gun.
So, yeah, I'm going to flip it over. Whoa. It is hot, so be careful. I'm used to doing this. And it is still soft. I could pick it up now and I could curl it if I wanted to, but we want them flat.
So that's how you'd shape while it was warm, you could shape it?
Yeah. Quite often I would put a piece of paper underneath, like the butterfly, and I'll just curve the paper up, so I'm not having to hold the hot.
It goes cool very quickly and holds, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So I have this card I was preparing earlier, and I'm going to take my first egg.
Look at this.
These are the Joycrafts micro dots, which you often have on the website. So you just pop the shrink on there and pick up, and it's got adhesive all over the back, and I'm going to pop it in there. and it's strong enough
that's a good idea.
that it holds the shrink. There aren't, you know, otherwise PVA, not because it's water-based, it's not going to work. I mean, you can use diamond glaze, you could use red liner tape, or a 3D glue gel kind of thing. But this really works, and it's easy, and it's dry.
Oh, and of course we've got the stamp that's been used on the show as well. Do you know, I can see different ways of working with that stamp. You could cut out the bow individually, you could take the ears off, so you could have sort of bunny ears popping up from behind something.
Isn't he? Yeah, he should be on a wobble, shouldn't he, really?
Yeah, but that would be good, wouldn't
it? So
I've
alternated my metallic eggs. Can you see all the sparkle?
Look at those. There. Perfect. That's with the gold and the silver metallic one with the chick there.
You see all the detail in there and how it shrinks. So perfect embellishments.
Love it, love it. Oh, do make sure that you get your shrink, but also the stamps that we've got on offer as well. New today, we're going to have a look at these again and show you some more samples. They're absolutely beautiful. Only $9.99. You're getting 3 individual stamps there. They come together, but you can't separate them. They're already cushioned for you as well. And of course, to shrink these down, I mean, you could make all sorts of little charms. I love the idea of the shaker cards. You know, you could make little gifts for Easter. You could even sort of hide the little eggs outside in the garden. I know they'd be a bit harder to find than maybe your larger eggs, but you could make it a little bit more difficult this year. That's the thing, isn't it? You see, when you do these Easter egg hunts, they're all too big. It's over and done in 5 minutes. There could be markers of where chocolate's hidden. I love this. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, just have a day with the children, the whole family, stamping and shrinking. Let the children get involved with the stamping and the colouring. You do the shrinking perhaps, and then decide how you work with them. But of course, if you just want to make your cards or your other projects, the stamps are there for you at just $9.99. 346 508 is the item number. Now, we'll give you a reminder of 1 or 2 other things as well. Now, Sarah was also using the eggs there. Now, this is another lovely bundle with 3 individual stamps. Again, they come on 1 sheet, but you can separate them if you so wish. You could leave them together if you wanted to, but I think you'll probably find them easy to stamp with if you separate them. Now, different designs on each of those as well. So they could be eggs, they could be ovals that you want to place some sort of image on there as well. Of course, this is a pile of eggs, but they work, if I show you this one, not just vertically, but also horizontally as well. Yeah, there could be fancy dragon eggs. $9.99 for the set, 686 772 is the item number. Now let's remind you of the brushables. We've seen Sarah using these. I'm so impressed with these actually. The colours are absolutely gorgeous, and it does say on the screen when we see the details, 24 pens. Well, you have, but you've actually got 48 different colours because they're double-ended, and you've got the darker and the lighter shades. So the colours kind of coordinate with each other on each pen, but you have got those different shades there. Now we've got a flexi on this one, so you can break the cost down, and anything else you're popping into your basket, you can split the cost as well. 2 payments of £44.94. 243429 is the item number. Now we also saw Sarah using the pigments, the stazon pigments. This particular bundle we've got on the counter here, we can give you the colours of. This is where that beautiful grey was. So we've got the grape candy, koala grey, orange peel and pink cosmos, all in this one bundle, just $21.99. 461686 is the item number. We do have another selection, I believe, for you as well. We're just going to show you a picture, I think. So let's have a little look. There we are. This is where I believe you'll find the peacock feathers. $21.99 again. This is a completely different set, so a different item number, I believe, for this one, 789648. But you do have there passion red, shamrock green, peacock feathers and lemon drop. $21.99. That's a really good price. Now the shrink plastic, let me remind you of this as well. So if you want to go for the metallics, you're getting 4 of the gold and 4 of the silver as well. And we saw there with the demonstration, you know, you can stamp on with your stazon, you can still keep some of that metallic finish if you want, but of course it complements those colours that you're going to work with as well. You can cut out with your dies, you can use your scissors. You've got all sorts of reasons for going for these. I mean, I would, if you can afford to, I would go for a bit of everything. Maybe go for the mixed pack and some of the metallics as well. For the metallics, it's just $10.99. 777431 is the item number. Now the mixed pack, I'll give you the details of this one. So you're getting the clear, you're getting the sanded, and you're also getting white as well. A little bit of a difference with the amount you get, so I'll bring you the details up and the item number. It's only $10.99, so you're getting 2 of the white, 2 of the clear and 4 of the sanded. 100932 is the item number for these. Now we do have also a pack of 8 sheets in each of those options. So it's a different item number for this, and you've got the option of going for the clear, the sanded, or again the white. So if you want more of each one, you could buy this way as well. It's entirely up to you. But the details at the bottom of the screen, or at the side of the screen, I should say now, for the 8 sheets, 388651. Can I quickly show this as well? That's that stamp we showed as well. There's that rose, that's beautiful. We've got a number of samples using, but that, again, with a shrink, that's really lovely.
A die-cut tag, and then we stamped on the words on the same card that you're holding, Catherine.
So that's the metallic?
Yes. So we just die-cut the shape and then stamped the words on it and shrunk it.
Oh, I want to do the spinner again, can I? I love it, look. I think that might be that other butterfly that you said, you know. It looks like it to me, with the shape of the wings. It'll be on the website somewhere anyway. £10.99, of course, for that shrink plastic. Details still there. Do have a look at the different options. But we're going to head back to Sarah right now and see more.
Okay, I'm going to use the butterfly this time and the sanded shrink. So as I said before, I'm stamping on the smooth, clear side, and I'm using the koala grey again because there's quite a lot of detail in the butterfly. So when you use the black stazon, it can be quite heavy, and sometimes you just want it a little bit lighter.
Okay.
So let's make sure it's fully inked. I'm going to spin this round because I've got to lean on it. It's a big one. And this is where you might have to ink twice.
Okay.
But I've done this a few times, so I work my way around the edges and then go in the middle as well. Strong thumbs. Okay, let's see. Yes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh,
Look
so
at
I did
that.
it in one.
Could you add different colour inks all in one go? Could you kind of blend inks together if you wanted to? Multicoloured.
The what with the
result.
stazon?
Yeah.
You could. I haven't tried. You don't. I mean, I wouldn't leave it for too long on the stamp because it dries pretty quick. I only have like 10-20 seconds that the ink's wet on the stamp.
Okay.
To clean it off, otherwise I have to use a cleaner. So
I'm loving that koala grey though. I think that is such a lovely colour.
But that's
really nice.
The sanded. So it's doesn't really look a lot different on the back, just slightly paler.
Yeah, we can see it's slightly frosted, that frosted effect.
But I have one that I cut out. You're looking at that one.
I've got one here beautiful, isn't it?
I've cut most of this one out ready.
Okay.
That's the sanded side, right? The sanded side, and obviously I put the paper underneath, otherwise I can't see the colours on my brown sheet.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah, if I do that, it's hard to see the detail. So again, I'm using the brushables, and just now, as I said, the brushables do stay wet on the shrink until you've shrunk it.
Okay. You can see they're not retracting though. This is how good they are.
Yeah, that's right. That's how good they are, and that's how the sanded helps as well, because they adhere to the grain, as it were. But you could also do this with your alcohol pens. Now, I've tried a few different alcohol pens, and there was only one brand that didn't work on shrink, and that was a Japanese brand. So try them. If you want to use your alcohol pens, give them a try. But these ones definitely work. And these are great on vellum as well.
I can't stop looking at the detail in that butterfly. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
So you see, I don't spend too much time worrying about the little details because it's going to shrink. You're not going to see all the teeny tiny bits that I do.
Sarah, if you wanted to hang that up and you forgot to punch a hole in beforehand, could you drill once it's been shrunk? Would you go with a very small drill?
You could. You'd have to be careful.
Okay.
That it doesn't crack. So you probably want to put some tape or something to stop it cracking. It can be done. It's not easy. You might want to fix something on it instead.
Yeah, that
glue
might
something
be
to
easier.
it. Yeah, that might be easier.
Oh, I love that pink.
So I'm just doing a very basic colour job here. But with the brushables, you can kind of blend them because they're water-based. So So I've put some pink there, and I can go back and I can mix it
Oh, I like that
with the
mix.
orange.
That's a pretty colour.
And then I just, on my paper, I just scrub off the extra, the colour. I better make a match over there, haven't I? I like my butterflies to match. So let's blend that in. Right, we'll just finish off with the pink.
Love that. So what sort of shrink size will it go to percentage-wise? Do you know, Sarah?
It's about a third.
About a third?
About a third, yes. So, and I just need to chop this bit. That bit was there so I could hold it while colouring. As I said, because the brushables are still wet and they're not dry until I heat them. So we're going to...
Do you suggest a smaller pair of scissors rather than a larger pair, or is it just what you're
Well, yeah,
comfortable
because I've
with?
got these ones, but then sometimes for the teeny tiny bits I have to use these ones. But I'm not a fan of those. But I have to use them on some things just because it's so small. Now the other advantage with the sanded is it doesn't usually stick on itself, whereas the smooth side might.
Oh, when you heat it, you mean?
Yes.
When it curls?
So with the smooth side, I would use my anti-static.
And that again safeguards it against any sticking.
Yeah, so hopefully.
Well,
so we are now
the
going
moment
to
of truth.
shrink our butterfly.
I could just stand and watch this all day long.
So this is where I slowly move around because I don't want one side just to suddenly curl up and shrink. I'm going to try and get it to go.
Is it possible to emboss shrink plastic?
No.
Will it not work?
No, the embossing powder comes off. It flakes off.
Right, okay.
Tried that. We've been using shrink a long time. We've experimented with many different things.
It looks like that butterfly is just starting to lift its wings slightly.
See, I'm being very cautious today. Had I been back in the shop, I'd have probably just gone in there a bit faster. But
I like watching it like this, though. You think, is it going to go? Is it going to go? And then it starts to move, and all of a sudden it really starts to move.
Curling. It's like it curls up into its little ball, and then...
Yeah, the wings go.
So, come on. It's been very slow today.
You can hardly hear that heat, can it? It's so quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been told you can do it in front of the TV and people don't complain.
Look at that now. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh.
It looks like it's alive, doesn't it?
It really does.
So I always keep a pair of scissors to hand in case I need to pop them in and open up the scissors, but I think we're going to be okay. I think the anti-static is doing its job.
It's amazing, isn't it? Oh, and it's still going. Sometimes you think
I put a lot of powder on there. So you can see it's still moving.
You can, yeah. There.
So it's not quite. But I think it's stopped now. Okay. Now, because I want to stick it on a card, I want it flat in the middle for the glue, and then just a little curl on the edges. I'm just going to hold it like that for a second.
So you've got time to shape it, but it will sort of cure or set very quickly. Actually, it cools very quickly.
It cools very quickly, so it's still warm, but it's fixed in shape now. So I'm just gonna wipe off the powder.
Oh, so it will just wipe away the powder. It's not going to melted into the plastic itself.
It's just dusting it off. So then you can see.
Wow.
So if I turn it over, you can see the colours that I put straight onto the plastic. Oh, the powder's on. And then you've got the image. So you've got the soft grey, so almost like a silver.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, you could have earrings, matching pendants, key rings, everything to match, can't you?
That's it, yeah. All kinds of things. So I've created a card, and I'm just going to glue it on with the same micro dots that I used on the other one.
Oh, I can see you've used our doodle flower there as well, which is lovely.
Yeah, got the doodle bloom, and the words are with one of the other butterflies on the website, the swirly one. Okay, so that will just then stick on there. And you can see I just did the rest of it in grey as well, the same grey ink pad.
Yeah, no,
so
that
it
works
all kind of
beautifully.
coordinates. Now, should I go straight into showing you Intaglio?
Oh yes, this is where you stamp into it.
That's where I stamp into the shrink. Yeah. So we can go straight into doing that then.
Okay.
I need, so
you did say if you've got offcuts, this is a good way of using them up as well.
That's it. For the card that you saw earlier, that was offcuts, because they were just kind of like torn pieces. This one, I'm creating a square piece, as it were. So I've cut 8.5 centimetre squares, and I'm going to dust them. Okay. Because when I don't dust them, these stick together, because they're smooth, there's nothing on it, there's no colour, there's no ink to stop it sticking.
Okay.
And I'm going to get my stamp ready, which is one of the round illusions that we had on a couple of months ago.
Lovely.
And pink stazon, I think.
We will find the details for you for those, actually. I'm
going to ink the stamp ready, and I'm going to leave the ink pad on the stamp. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to...
on the screen. Oh, these are nice, aren't they? I've just found another sample using these as well, which I really like. 948704, you've got 3 stamps there as well. I really like those. They are illusions, aren't they? And I can see in the shaker again, look at that.
Yeah, on the clear shrink, with the same stazon as well.
Amazing. Look, oh, I love the sound of them as well.
Yeah, they're discs, aren't they?
Yeah, and my ring, look. With the shrink. Love it.
So I'm going to shrink my square of plain white shrink plastic. So I'm using the white because it gives such a contrast with the colours for this one. Sometimes if I use the clear, sometimes it kind of looks like broken glass. But this one, it can look like broken china, or just for the colours. So let's see. And sometimes when they fold and get stuck, I still stamp on it and keep it because it's a different texture. This is a wild one, isn't it?
It is. You know, I think it's like a little Halloween ghost.
So, yeah, come on. So obviously this is not a technique you can do if you're cooking it in the oven, because we need to put the stamp into it while it's still hot. Now I've got 2 little dimples in this one.
Yeah,
so
but it's kept its squareness, hasn't it? It's kept its squareness
kind
perfectly.
of. It's squarish.
It looks good. It looks really square to me.
Right, so make sure my stamp is nice and inked while keeping the heat on so it stays warm. Okay, right, heat gun down, stamp in, firm pressure.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. So you're pressing down.
Okay. Well, there is.
Oh.
It stays, right, stazon will come up while it's still wet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
just flick it off. Oh, nice. Look at that. Oh, I love those stamps.
But it's got texture because it's in the shrink. It's very hard to see that on the screen, but you just about see the texture and the depth.
Can you tilt a little bit more towards the camera, Sarah? I think we'll probably see it more.
Yeah, it's hard to see the kind of the dimples in where it's pushed into the shrink. But it's...
I just love it. Love it. Make sure you get your shrink plastic, everybody. I've got another sample here, again, using those offcuts. The white works really well, doesn't it, for that technique as well?
Yeah, as I say, because it's...
Look at this.
Well, you've got the silver in there as well.
Yeah.
So on the white, we stamped with a gold ink, and on the silver, I think, is also a gold ink. But if you use the clear and then paint some colour on the back, mix something with diamond glaze or a permanent adhesive and paint it.
You can really see the texture on this one.
So it's broken glass. Yes.
Beautiful. Oh, do you know, we've still got just under 5 minutes left, Sarah.
OK, I've got one more.
Oh, wonderful. Is it shrink again?
It is. Yes. Yeah, everything is shrink today. So where do I want? I want the grey again. I have to say the grey is my new favourite. This was the card before I move to the next one, which has got the 3 squares on it and all the
lovely.
texture. So you can
It's very
see.
effective. If you wanted to stick, say, the ring I'm wearing, how would you glue the shrink to the metal component? A super glue? What would be best to stick?
Yeah, it needs to be like a super glue, a really strong adhesive for something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Because you're bonding it to
Feels
metal
nice
as
and
well.
firm. Yeah. Very nice.
Okay, so this time I'm using the clear shrink, and that's why I've got paper in my platform.
Okay,
so
so
I
again you can see the print.
Yeah.
Oh, now the
Again.
doodle blooms are perfect, aren't they? Again, for size.
Yes.
Because you can shrink them down.
And for colouring, they're so much fun to colour.
Yeah.
Because they're flowers, and you've got so many options. Right, grey. It doesn't seem like an exciting colour, but it's really useful.
Do you know, we see the greys used more and more now, don't we?
Fashionable, aren't they?
They are, and in fact, Lou's in the studio. Lou Simmons, she was using grey the other day because she's waving, putting a thumb up, yeah. Because if you want to make something, stamp something, and you want that kind of sketchy look, then the grey is a great one to go for. Do you know, this bundle, in fact, we've got different choices on those bundles, such good value as well, being the stazons. Let's just give you the details again. Bundle number 1, £21.99. You're getting the grape candy koala grey, which is one that Sarah's currently using, the orange peel and the pink cosmos, 461,686. The other bundle, we'll bring you the details. Really bright colours. We've got passion red, we've got shamrock green, peacock feathers and lemon drop, 789,648, £21.99. Wonderful. Oh, squeaking.
I know, squeaky. So this is the completely clear shrink. So I'm using alcohol markers.
Oh, nice.
And so yes, they are a bit squeaky. But they've got a nice...
Sounds like you're cleaning the windows.
I know. But they're nice and quick. I do love that.
And I should imagine it, even using 2 colours that are quite close together, when the colours intensify and you shrink it, you'll see much more of a difference.
You can really see the difference then, yeah. And that's what I was doing the other day, was I was scribbling them on scraps and shrinking them to see which colours I wanted to use together before I just went straight in and coloured the flowers.
Oh, I like Lottie's idea. Make a shrink swatch.
Yes. Well, it's like we have shrink rulers. So because each colour shrinks slightly differently, you cut a strip, mark it with your ruler, mark all the measurements, and then when you shrink it, you can then measure your stamp with your real ruler and then see what it will shrink down on your shrink ruler.
That's a clever
Does that make
idea.
sense?
That's a really clever idea.
I should point out, with the alcohol pens, you have to colour on the opposite side to the stazon.
Oh, right, okay.
Because
it'll lift
it's solvent-based,
the ink.
so you can't use alcohol
Okay. We've
with
got
the
2
solvent.
minutes left, Sarah. We need to shrink.
So this one looks really pale, but when it shrinks, you will see it. Very squeaky. And oh, bit of purple.
Oh, nice.
Some
I like
highlights. Da, da, da.
Oh, 1 minute 20, Sarah.
That's okay.
I'm going to take it to the wire, I think. Don't forget to look at all the stamps, everybody, the different options of the shrink plastic as well. It's all there on the website. There's lots more besides we had on the counter. Don't forget the stazon as well, the different options there. We are using the clear shrink at the moment. So if you do want that particular one, you can get that in a pack of 8, or you can go for the mixed pack because you're going to get a couple of those in there as well. Last minute, Sarah. Oh,
I'm shrinking.
oh, come on. Come on, heat gun.
So this one, I didn't flip them over. I've kept the alcohol side up, the greys on the bottom, so
Okay.
that there's more colour. Because it's completely clear,
Yeah.
you can see everything. If I flip it over, you'll have more grey than colour.
Look how that's intensified. Wow. Half a minute left. It's still unfurling.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
It will.
Come on, little flower.
Oh. But we don't want
It's
it
still
completely
moving.
unfurled because
No.
we want to leave it
Oh, you
So
can see
I'm
it
going to
flattening
leave that
there
one
a
like
little
that and
bit.
move on to the yellow one.
Okay.
Because I want it to
Oh,
stay.
do you know, we're in the last 10 seconds. Oh,
10
Sarah, where did
seconds.
the hour
Oh,
go?
no.
Thank you so, so much. Check your baskets out, everybody. Do have a look at everything.